Yeah, in this recording, we are going to demonstrate how you can use ChatGPT to assist you in preparing for your CSEC and CTEC maths. Here we have an outline of the updated CSEC math syllabus with three modules, modules 1, 2, and 3. Now, as you can see, I noticed that transformation is not there, but it is there in the original CSEC math. But it will not be evaluated moving forward. But let's say you want to use ChatGPT to prepare for the topic of transformations. Now we know that there are four types of transformations that will be evaluated. You have translation, you have reflection, enlargement, and rotation. So let's say you want the rules for rotation. Okay, so you can say I would like the rules for exe topic transformation or rotation. Let's see what it gives us. So it says CXC map geometric transformations. A rotation is a transformation where a shape is turned about a fixed point. Here are the key rules for rotation you need to know. Definition of rotation. A rotation is a transformation in which every point of a figure is turned about a fixed point called the center of rotation for a specific angle in a specific direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise. The shape stays the same size and shape, only its position changes. So essential rules of rotation: center of rotation, the point about which the object turns. Coordinates are often given, example 0, 0, the origin, that's very popular, 0, 0, the origin, and other points may be provided, but the most common is 0, 0. So most likely, if it's a rotation question, the center of rotation may be 0, 0, most likely. So the angle of rotation, the common angles are always 90 degrees, 1 degree is most popular, and you may get a 270 and a 360, 90 and 180 for center of rotation. Angle of rotation, sorry. Most likely, so 0, 0 for center, and angle is mostly 90 and 180. Your direction now is either clockwise or anti-clockwise, so it's half and half. So, for example, a 90 degrees, you have minus degrees here. Clockwise is minus degrees, and anti-clockwise is the positive. Okay? So, coordinate rules, most important part. Assuming rotation about the origin, so for the 90 anti-clockwise, what will happen to the coordinates of the point is that they will switch positions, and the y, number for the y will become negative. And 90 degrees clockwise, they will switch, and x coordinates will change. So for example, you can ask it, I would like an example of 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Okay. I have to say the center of rotation, with center of rotation. For the origin, it's 0. So let's see what it does. So you see, for example, a point 4,2 is rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin by the angle A, by the image A. So use the rule, the 90 degrees anti-clockwise. The coordinates will swap and the number for y will change sign. So I expect the 4 and the 2 going to become 2, 4, and the 2 now will have a negative sign. So said, so done. Okay, so step 1, use the rule, 90 degrees rotation, anti-clockwise, 0, 0. Step 2, substitute the coordinates point E as 4, 2, so x will be 4, y will be 2, apply the rule. Okay, so 4, 2 becomes 2, 4 with a negative in front of the 2. All right, and if it was a negative, it would be positive. So for example, you can specify, okay, your coordinates. For example, you can say use the point, and you can put some negative sign there. Use the point, for example, 5, -7. So you expect the 5 and the 7 to switch, and the -7 now will become a +7. Again, here's the rule, swap. And as you are doing this, you will lead in the rule one time. For the anti, the x and y swap, and the number that was y will change sign. So we substitute the 0.5 is x, y is -7. Apply the rule. 5 minus 7 becomes minus over -7, 5, so it becomes 7, 5. Okay, and notice that the number that used to be the x, the sign will not change. Okay, it's the number that used to be the y. When it swap, it will turn, the sign will change. And you go back and you continue looking at the rules. You have the 90 degrees clockwise. There is a swap, but it's the x that will change sign. You have the 180 degrees clockwise. And anti-clockwise is the same. There is no swapping. The coordinates will just change sign. You have the 270 degrees anti-clockwise is the same as a 90 clockwise. Okay, a 90 clockwise, the x and y will change, but the x will swap position, the x will change sign. And 270 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Okay, so they will not ask you for 270 most likely, because a 270 anti is like a 90 clock, and a 270 clock is like a 90 anti. So, and the 180, no swapping, only the sign that changes. And you can ask it for an example, and you can ask it now. I would like CXC type people 1, 2. Example. Okay. So let's see what it does. As we are continuing from the previous conversation, so it assumes that I'm following from what we discussed earlier. So I don't even have to specify that I'm talking about rotation. So let's see what it says. So here, CXC style paper 1, paper 2 example on geometric transformation rotation, similar to what you would see in an exam. So it recognizes that we are continuing this conversation from before. And here you have examples. You have paper 1. Paper 1 is multiple choice, and it gives you a solution at the same time. And you have paper 2. Paper 2 now is structured, and you have to write out the answer. And then with that now, you can move on to the website that we are familiar with, the Csecmath Twitter. You can go there and you can click on past papers and you can get choose a past paper of your choice. You can choose most recent ones, 2024. So you have January 2025, you can check it out. That was this year's last year, January. And most times the transformation come in question number 3. Let's see if there is a transformation question. Also, it's not mandatory. I'm seeing a construction using rule and compass, but I'm not seeing a transformation question. So it's not mandatory. Statistics most often comes. So let's try the May 2025, a paper that we should be familiar with. Let's go to number 3. And here you have it. Most times you get a grid, okay, with the shape. And here you see the diagram below shows 2 quadrilaterals. R is the S is the image. And this looks like an enlargement. You can see it as an enlargement. Okay, so and the solution to help you with this particular question, you can look up Terry David. Okay, so you can type Csecmath paper 2. Paper 2 May June 2025. And here you have the solutions.
Part B, now we have functions, right? So this here, what they give us, right?
And you can
it's 2x plus, right? And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a rotation here,
so
right?
there you have it, or you can use ChatGPT to help you prepare for your CXC exam.